jail, and we've been working on this all week, and you haven't been here. And, you know, so I was like, man, I need to try to come up with a poem.
Say something again.
And so I sat down, and I wrote a poem, what I thought was a poem, and I turned it in, and I actually won, the competition.
Oh, okay.
Like, and
I just run through and play with it for a minute.
It's like, yo, it's a good poem. I'm like, you know, I ended up losing to another girl, like, down the road. Because, but I felt good because I'm like, man, they've been working on theirs for a while. And, you know, I skipped this class, so right then, you know, I figured out, I guess I could write a little bit. So, and next thing you know, I was at home and I was just freestyling to myself, me and my little brother, and it started coming in, you know, so I'd probably say work in high school, right after high school.
So I know that right now you do a lot of Christian rap.
Yeah.
Did you ever, what got you started into, I know that you started in high school, but what made you change up your style to go Christian rap?
Well, basically, what made me change it up was I was sitting in church one day and it was just I received you know, revelation from my Heavenly Father. Basically, you know, I had my eyes closed and like it sounded like my voice, which I know that's my spirit, but it was like basically you've been using what I'm giving you for the wrong reasons, and this was like a flash in my head, like, and I seen how many people that I've influenced to do the wrong thing, all because I had more knowledge of the situation.
Run again.
So and I just seen like my cousins, people that could have ended up doing something better with their life, but because I told them, if y'all want to be down with us, if y'all want to hang with us, you got to go shoot this up. Or you got to go over here and you got to get down, and you got to want to be down with the team, you got to do this.
Yeah.
And I threw them off a path, obviously. That's what my Heavenly Father was showing me. And you know, finally, I had tears in my eyes, and I was trying to cover my face up because I didn't want anybody to see it. And I was just like, Heavenly Father, I was like, you got it, like, I'm done. Like, and, you know, and I shook Jesus' hand, and, like, he nodded at me. And next thing you know, I was in, like, a big arena, and it was like, I was on a stage and going down the left side. It was like all church folks, and then like chairs all down the right side, and it was like all gangsters. And I was standing in the middle of it, you know, and it was basically like I was bridging the gap between both worlds, and so that's why my album is gonna be called Bridge the Gap. But after that day, I was like, I'm not making any more music unless it's pleasing to my Heavenly Father. It's not like I don't feel like I'm not gonna be out here preaching. It's more like I'm sharing the same testimony that I used to share before I was saved. You know, I always wrote about my life. And now I'm writing about the goodness Christ has been in my life. You know what I'm saying? So, and so that was it. I've never been a follower, so it wasn't really hard for me to make a decision. You know, it wasn't really much fighting. I received a revelation, and 20 minutes later, I was on the phone with him like, man, you know, I'm done, man. You know,
sounded good.
Let
me hear it out loud one time.
Then
I'm ready. We can do it for real after this.
Talking that
if you're ready to.
How what you do affect the people around you. Do you see yourself as a role model, or would you appreciate that people would see you as a role model for their children or their relatives that are currently on the wrong path, and you would like them to see you as this is what you could be?
Yeah, exactly. When we were doing it, we had a show out there in Bethel, and I was talking to him, and I was like, man, like it's blowing up, you know, like, and he was like, it's a lot bigger than what you know, and I never realized that until we were out there, and I seen kids leaving at Vegas Middle School. They hang on to every word. They hang on like period, you know, and I started receiving emails from like their parents, like, hey, thank you for talking, you know, positive. And to our kids, you know, they're doing better in school, and, you know, just thank you. And then I started realizing, like, I used to look at it like music is a hobby. Some people have the talent to make money off of it, but actually music is a ministry.
Yes, it is.
We're actually preaching to our you know, you know, and that's exactly what we're doing. And I never realized how important that was. And once I did realize it, I was like, man, I can't pour into these kids what's not in me. And I'm not going to be the reason that they go astray. Because I got to answer it in.
I like to hear young people say that, because a lot of people forget about where rap started. A lot of people have their interpretations on where it started, and as quiet as it's kept, people need to learn up on music. It started in Africa.
Yes, I just you know,
African tribes used to
all you gotta do, my brother,
their dances and
go
stuff.
in there and
They
do
were
what you do
basically,
best.
in all actuality, rapping. Everything they said, it rhymed, it all came together, fit together, and it's nice to see that you actually not only do you see your impact on people, but you are aware of it, and you want to make sure that it's a positive impact on
time because we have entertainers out there today. Like, I get tired of listening to music nowadays. I'd rather listen to classical because I'm so tired of hearing the negative. The black culture is a lot more than negative with the cars and the women and the clubs. It's more than that. And I've heard you perform a couple times and the feeling that you get the people there, even if you run around with their pants sagging or wearing rags, they stop what they're doing and they listen to you actually get their attention, and that's good to see. And if we get more people out there with your attitude and your vision, then the rap industry could be a lot better than what it is now. Like with Jam Master Jay and Melly Mel and them all wanted it to be. It was poetry. Like when you wrote that poem in one, you were rapping, but that was poetry. And if people don't know that either, you can read a poem if you spit out loud. You just spit a rap without even knowing it. So what would you like to see with the industry here in Alaska? You're an Alaskan-based industry person. How would you like to see this industry grow more so people can start recognizing Alaskan entertainers and that?
One more second. What I would like to happen in Alaska is I would like artists to actually think about, rather than us following what's been done everywhere else, I like for all of us to come together and think about what we're doing and where we're trying to go with it. And then basically what I mean by that is we gotta realize you gotta realize your fan base. No fisherman goes out with bad bait and catches a shark. You get what I'm saying? So even if it's not because of God, even on a business sense, you gotta look at it when you see people like Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg blew up off of music about gangsters because there was a million people that could relate to Snoop Dogg. Twister in Chicago, the same thing. T.I. grew up off of talking about dope because there's a lot of people in Georgia that can relate. So how are you gonna be in Alaska talking about banging? There's not enough people to blow you up, period.
Exactly.
So you're fishing with the wrong bait, even if you want to look at it like that. Be smart. For one, like how I do now, I'm like, bro, if you can rap, you can rap. I can sit here and I can rap about that table. And if I can rap, or they can rap, whoever's rapping about it, it's still going to be a good rap. So with that being said, why try to talk about stuff half of us ain't even doing?
That's true.
All we're rapping to is the other rappers, because that's the only people that show up at the shows.
Yep.
When you actually look at it, that's why I can make a song like When You Come Home, not even bigging myself up. I'm just saying that on another artist they made that song. When You Come Home did well, not only because it was military, but because it was a song that anybody could listen to. White, black, Spanish, Samoan, kids, older people, everybody. And guess what? It was positive. It was positive. I mean, where can you not? We get booked in and say, Wasilla High School invited us out. East High School, Baggage Middle School, Bethel. I mean, churches, clubs. Because it's positive music.
Yep.
So everybody's up here. I feel like we've all been, people are fishing. You're fishing with the wrong bait. And why not make music that's actually going to big people up? That's going to make people want to go look for a job. Make it cool to get a job, man. Because all of y'all are working. Y'all just ain't trying to put it in your raps.
Say it like you mean it, you know, like.
Because you're trying to be like somebody that don't even care about you.
All right, let's run it.
Yep. It's what I've always wanted to hear come out is a real hip-hop song that tells about the real street life, not that glamorization. Because as quiet as it's kept, if you are a street hustler, you work harder than your parents did. You working 24/7, whether you realize it mentally or not. But if you had a job and you was willing to get up and be a man or a woman and work for that 8 hours a day and make that paycheck every 2 weeks, you can get further in life.
Exactly.
And like you were saying with the crossover and stuff, with the you can cross over street life into everyday life. You can cross over anything basically if you only take the time to break it down to see the difference between it. Like I used to tell my mom all the time that, I'd rather deal with the people on the street than a politician. Oh, yeah. They worse up there in that arena, boy. You got to come in there with knuckle gloves on. But before, you never thought about that. That was always the easy world, the easy life. And that's, it's just as hard.
That's like just like when I lived in Georgia, like even when I'm making tracks, like when I was down there selling or whatever, it's like all we're talking about in our music was selling. We talk about trapping. We out here talking about our pistol. We out here talking about the little broad over here. But then you really think about it, even in the hood, 3% of the people in the hood is making money. The rest of them ain't.
Yeah.
So why are you only hearing about those 3% that are making money?
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? What about the person who's behind on their rent, even though their rent is only $67 because they just got laid off from the plant over here? Like I say, what do you do about your occupation? It's hard to care. It's hard to have an occupation when your occupation going broke.
Exactly, it is.
You see what I'm saying?
You're right. If you come out with a rap that tells to motivate them to work, basically you're saying your rent needs to be paid, you're about to be put out on the...
Okay, cool. Let's
Don't
build on
let
top
that
of that.
get
That's
you
it.
down, you
That's
know,
it.
it's a better job on the horizon, you know, but people don't make stuff like that.
Got you, man.
I'm working with my brother, man. Let me get him right, man. You know, I don't want to have to
probably
do it over
trying
when
to
we doing
listen
some work.
Up here in Alaska, period, is that nobody want to work together.
All right, Barry, that's
That is the biggest problem up here.
we're gonna keep that one.
Black
Okay?
has tried to get them all together to work as one.
Let me
Well, you know, it's happening. It's happening now. But yeah, he's right. That's been the problem. Even a lot of camps up here. What's happening now is they are starting to work together. I mean, you even see it. Like cats are really starting to work together. I mean, like whereas you go from Blaack to 809 Hood, Skull. I mean, Mr. Mo. It's a whole lot of them. And what's going on is you're starting to see people show up at these shows because you're seeing unity. For one, people didn't show up at Alaska shows because the shows in the past used to be whack.
All right, here we go.
When they get an artist on the stage, it will be whack. And like I told them, no disrespect to them, but don't label us off that. So now what's happening is they're showing up at the shows because you got people, the people that run the city on the rap side, those are the people that control the fights mostly. Because mostly the fights are coming from us. So you really think about it, if you kill all that drama, and when people go to shows and you show them they can have a good time, listen to music, and we can all network, guess what happens? People start looking forward to shows. That's why almost every show this summer has been packed for every artist who's had one this summer. Everyone, because you're killing the drama, and we're learning that how can one person put Alaska on the map? Alaska is an area. It's not when one person can't do it. Meaning Alaska got to come together. Not 4, 5, 7 Muldoon Road. It got to be Alaska. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like once everybody, we're going towards it, but once we get that big picture and learn that we can just be yourself, man. God made everybody different. So if you just be yourself, you'll be different.
Like Lady Gaga, I seen her on what's that boy, Paris Hilton. He's starting a new show, and he started off with her. She's doing the performance, and one of the little girls at her little meet and greet session, she just said she knows, I love Lady Gaga. Ever since she came out, I've been able to be me and not be ashamed of me. And I love Lady Gaga. I think that girl is awesome. Why? Because she is not scared to go in her closet, pick out what she want to wear, and go outside and say,
give me another, man.
Unless if you don't like what
Just
I'm
like
wearing
that, put
today.
more conviction in.
You know, and that's how everybody should be. Like you said, don't be a follower. Sometimes learn how to lead.
You gotta be a
You'd be
trendsetter.
surprised how many people will be looking to you to lead them to do something.
Oh yeah.
And
Half the world.
like with my crazy hair colors and hairstyles and stuff, I see little girls, they say, Mama, can they get their hair like mine? That makes me feel good that I didn't follow somebody else's style. I came out with my own, and instead of being apprehensive about being not accepted, I went out saying that I am going to be accepted, and that's what they did. And that's what people need to start learning. Like, a lot of people don't circulate Christian rap, but I've listened to a lot of Christian rap songs, and they make me feel good.
And you know why?
Feel good about life and myself.
You know why that happens, though? I mean, me, before January, before I accepted Christ into my life, I didn't even know that Christian rap existed. Like, I'm telling you, when I got saved, and when I decided that I was going to make music, like, I didn't even know that it existed. So I was actually going to settle for maybe thinking that maybe I'm not supposed to be a rapper, because I'm learning it's not about what I think, it's about what Heavenly Father thinks. So now that I'm getting to know my Heavenly Father, He might have a whole different plan.
Let's do one more, make this the money tape.
So when I found out that this Christian artist, I was so excited. Like, what? Christian, what?
Yeah, like there's a group. I knew about Christian rap. I knew about Kirk Franklin and all them, but there was one entertainer that we brought up here years ago, Christ-Side Soldiers. They opened up my eyes to the fact that there is a lot in the industry for Christian music, for uncircular music. They have their own record label, and they do circular and Christian rap. And when they came here, they came for Juneteenth one year, and they did their Christian program. And it was off the chain. You would have thought that that was circular music. No, they were giving the Lord praise as much as the kids praised, you know, the Ice Cubes and the Snoop Dogs and their cars. And it was beautiful to see. And that, you know, there is a place for it, even though I have to honestly say, in Alaska, you're the only Christian rapper I've met. I have yet to meet another youngster or young person, excuse me, you're not a youngster because we're probably around the same age, but another young person that
let me listen to this for a minute. You can take a break for a second.
You know why?
You're right. See what we got. We'll tag it up.
And I think that, and that's another reason why I wanted to do this show when me and my mom sat down and talked about it, because it's interviews like this to let people out there know, hey, I've always wanted to rap about the Lord. Now somebody watching this show, a kid can say, hey, why don't I try and get in touch with that young man to see? Because you may not be able to get them on there, but you can tell them what they need to do so that they can where they need to go. And you know, like a lot of people think that your age stops you from doing stuff.
This'll be over, this'll be over. If you live to see it, remember I told ya. Friends will stop calling, nothing to say when there's no more technology. We live it like cavemen, you don't sleep then. You should've woke up, now it's too late. You should've spoke up, this'll be over, this'll be over. You live to see it, remember I told ya. This'll be over.
To give our kids ready for what the Lord promised us.
This'll be over, this'll be over. If you live to see it, remember I told ya. Friends will stop calling, nothing to say when there's no more technology. We live like cavemen, don't sleep then. You should've woke up, now it's too late. You should've spoke up, this'll be over, this'll be over. If you live to see it,
tagging these ones
wearing
tagging these in the
some
regular
Beyonce
way.
gear.
Then after we do two of these,
and I'm like,
do the deeps.
that's not acceptable.
And I also want to let everybody know that that just because you see an artist fine,
this'll be over, this'll be over. You live to see it, remember I told ya.
because we were working on a marketing deal in Atlanta that was going to start in January. When I received Revelation like December 20th.
You should've woke up, now it's too late. You should've spoke up, this'll be over, this'll be over. You live to see it, remember I told ya. This'll be
Everything happened for a
And
reason.
that,
And that was God.
And that was
Because it could have been a bad.
And
It
like,
might have looked
like
good,
I told
but
people, People are like they're thinking, oh, could it be over a girl or was he doing bad? Man, look, I was at the best time in my life musically wise when God decided to let me know that I'm supposed to be doing His work. Period, point blank. We would have been down here pursuing a marketing deal.
Yeah.
January. We had been waiting the whole year for January to come to start a marketing deal.
Yeah, we're ready to go to Atlanta.
Ready to go.
Yeah, because I remember you
ready to
used
go.
To do circular.
Yeah.
And then my mom said, you remember Blaack? Yeah, what that boy up to now? Oh, he Christian rap.
Yeah. And
Since when?
like I told him, man, and that's what I told everybody, even on my Facebook. I said, look, man, what I want to happen, like I put out what I'm going through. I put out, like, at first, I'm like, man, I'm trying to quit drinking, or I'm trying to quit this, and I'm letting it happen. What's happening is the negative, the naysayers, let them be naysayers. Because guess what's going to happen? You know what happens with nosy people? They don't believe what you're saying, and they feel like, oh, he's changing because of a girl, or he's changing because this, or da-da-da. Guess what happens, though? They're going to be so nosy, they're going to go digging. And when they go digging, and guess what? Who they're going to run into? They're going to run into God. That's who they're going to run into. Then you keep digging long enough, you're going to find what it is really. And so what I'm learning now is the music and everything I'm doing now, like, man, we've been blessed more in these last 6 months than I did my whole life in making worldly music. Period, point blank. I mean, we don't have opportunities to come up to go to Uganda.
You know what we need to do?
Indonesia, February, China.
Actually, do me one more like
Out
that.
here, and it's
but
like
I was thinking, maybe like right here, we need to change the pitch and go up right here.
You listen to it, that was the start of God working in me. You see what I'm saying? And so it's just, like I tell people, man, just know, man, me finding God, it had nothing to do with me being in bad. And I'm feeling like, oh, I need some help. I didn't call on God just because
we didn't even do it on the rest of them.
I called on God. I picked God over a deal. You get what I'm saying? And so,
give me
to
one
me,
more time
I want
like
everybody, I want all the naysayers, I want everybody to watch what I'm going
through.
Because I have no clue what's going on. God is doing His work.
That's cool. I'll give me another one.
Like it's the hardest time and the best time of my life. But what I do know is that when God gets through working on me, it's going to be a testimony to everybody that's ever known me.
See, now, you say that, I don't know if you listen to country music. I listen to all genres of music. I'm very musical. There's this country song called Jesus Take the Wheel. You should listen to that song because that is exactly basically what you said. I don't know where I'm going, and that's her chorus. You know, she says, take the wheel, take it from my hands because I can't do this by myself no more. And that's basically what you just said. You can't sit up there and see the problem with the Christ life and the worldly life is people in the world want their rewards right away. And God gives you your rewards when you need them the most, when you're ready for them. And that's why you said you've been blessed in the last 6 months more than you've ever been in the business. And that's only because now it is time for your blessings to come.
Sounds pretty good. This time we're going to flip it like I was talking about.
And you know, now, and like when I say blessings, I mean like some people that haven't been through much can never understand this, whether Christian or whatever. I learned in the Christian world, people are the same. You got your fake people, you got your two-faced, you got your real, everything. So I'm learning that to me, what blessings are, I don't have drama no more.
Alright, let's run it back.
Old girl X.
All
I don't
this
have to worry about
we're
this
going to
dude
flip it over and stuff. So let's run it real quick.
I don't worry about is my car getting broke into. I don't worry about somebody running in here because I got all this dope sitting in here.
Let me listen to it first.
All that drama went. To me, that was a blessing. Next thing you know, I can pray. I can pray, and I know my Heavenly Father's listening. I'm not just praying because I need Him. I'm like, Heavenly Father, I know why David danced his clothes off, because praising You. I know it, because like I told my boy, I was like, bro,
what you want?
Anybody who ever been through anything in life needs Christ, man. Because we're going to kill ourselves out of here if we don't have Him. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just been, like I tell you, I can't even explain how good it's been.
Oh,
I mean, blessings.
Which car is it?
When people can see you talk and they're like, oh, they see the light in you rather than the darkness.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Somebody told me a couple of weeks ago that you know how you can tell a person whose life has been touched by God? Every time they see you, when they greet you to say hello or how you doing, they have a smile on their face. Because there's nothing right now in their life that would make them frown. They don't have, like you said, no stress, no drama, no nothing. And that is true because coming from me, I came from basically the same type of world. And when I left that world, I couldn't believe what type of blessings came to me. Things that basically seemed like they were sitting in there finally came.
The white car.
But Blaack, and I didn't get your name, sir. You sitting here all quiet. You chimed in one time, but you didn't tell us your name. What's your name, sir?
My name is Bert.
Bert?
Yes. Way better.
Okay, Bert.
I'm Blaack.
I know you, Blaack. Okay, Bert, it is nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
What's your name?
My name is Aletha. To some people who know me, Shea or the Washer, whichever you prefer.
This'll be over.
I like to
This'll
thank
be
everybody
over.
for watching
You
our
live to see
very
it.
first
Remember I told ya. Don't you stop calling.
I like to thank
Nothing
Blaack
to say
and
when
Bert
there's
again
no more
for allowing us
technology.
I got it, man.
time
She's
today.
out.
And I also like to send a shout out to
This'll
DJ
be
Studio
over.
for
This'll be
allowing us to
over.
sit in
You
their
live to see
studio and
it.
do this
Remember
every
I
day.
told ya.
Bless
Don't you stop
everyone,
calling.
and
Nothing to
we
say
have one more
when
thing
there's
for
no
Blaack
more
to
Hey,
say.
like I told you, it's your boy Blaack Man, aka Andre Wood.
No, let's go to the
AKA,
thing.
if I'm not there, I'm on the way there. Hey, look, I like to give a shout out to Miss Gwen, man. We appreciate y'all. Hey, my boy Friendship Productions. Hey, look, y'all need to holler at him, man. Y'all trying to get some TV plays, radio plays, commercial plays, playground, any kind of play. Look, holler at my boy, man. Friendship Productions at gmail.com, something like that. And y'all just make sure, man, y'all stay blessed, man. And I'm not a preacher, so don't confuse me for it.
You guys have a blessed week, and we hope to see you all here at the same time.